Let's take it away from looks. Let's take it away from dating standards. And let's actually get to the root of the problem of why a lot of women wonder why their friends are still single. Their friends they claim are still amazing, they're beautiful, they're a baddie, they're a 10, whatever they think of their friends. They always wonder, why is my amazing friend single? Your friend is amazing to you. Your friend is not amazing to us. Your friend is not the same friend that she is to you that she is to us. Meaning, her friends get the best version of her, the best of her. Meaning, she's willing to drop whatever for her friends. Like, I've just noticed that women will bend over backwards, change plans, cancel plans for their friends. Now, we get it. Your friend is your friend. But these are the very same friends that, if you've ever realized in your life, they always have falling out with. They always fall out with them. They're the friend one week, next week they're not talking to them. But I realized that their friends get the best version of them. They're willing to drive to the airport for them, dog sit for them, even if they didn't even ask for them to do that. They'll just tell you, you can ask a girl right now, hey, how was your week? Oh, I spent all day going to the grocery store. My friend just finished moving, so I decided to go to the store and go get her some groceries and some flowers to make her feel at home. And you'll be like, oh, okay, cool, nice, right? And then you basically get what's left, right? They're willing to literally pick up their phone mid-date if their friend is going through a breakup or locked out of their apartment, right? Something super simple. And they'll be like, sorry, I gotta go. I actually have to cancel. My friend needs me. I gotta go. And you're just like, okay. One, kudos for you for being a good friend. But two, I don't really think you have any time or energy left over for an actual relationship. So that brings me to my next point. You are always going to get what's left over. Out of all of that energy that she is spreading herself on, being available to her friends, whether it's a phone call, a text, her friend is going through a crisis, or it feels like a crisis, she feels like she needs to be there for them. So you're gonna get whatever's left of that. And I think a lot of men have realized this isn't fair, because on one hand, they want us to make them the center of their relationship, and then they want to make their friends the center of their life, and then give us what's ever left over. And then they get upset when you invest heavily into the relationship, and they're like, oh, you put too much pressure on me, or you made me the center of your world. And you're like, duh, how else is this relationship supposed to progress? If I give you what's left of me after work and giving my friends and my hobbies all of my energy, this will never go anywhere. And you want me to take whatever's left of your energy after you've given it to everyone, work, family, friends, acquaintances, and then I get whatever's left over when you're depleted and you're exhausted. Doesn't make any sense, right? And then here's the third point. Their friends, that's their biggest emotional support. And one thing I noticed, I rarely ever see women doing things alone, going to dinner alone, going to bars alone, going to the club alone. Everything revolves around their friend, which could also play into why when there's an issue in the relationship, they go to counsel their friends. They value that support way more. Yet in the same breath, they're in a relationship with you who is expecting to provide for them and at some level protect them and even die for them if you guys are married or in a very serious relationship and something comes up. They're willing to put that burden on you to do all of those things for them, but yet you get whatever's left over. Think about it for a second. When was the last time you saw a woman putting the relationship first? The last time I saw a woman putting the relationship first, those are all the women that are married. All of my friends that are on Instagram that are married happily with their husband, they make their relationship the center of their profile. Now ask yourself, when you see women in relationships, even married, you can take a look at their Instagram and they have their friends, their hobbies, maybe every now and again they'll sprinkle in a photo of their partner and it'll be like a hand or like a vague picture. You guys know what I'm talking about. And that is because the friendships that they have are way more important to them than the relationship. And that's problematic because when there's an issue in the relationship, right, man and woman, we have to kind of work through this to kind of see the silver lining. They don't operate like that. Now with their friends, they can have falling outs. They can be friends with this person and you'll ask them like, yo, why do you keep being friends with this person? And they'll say something like, oh, I've known her since like third grade. And you're like, That doesn't make any sense, but okay, so you've known them for a super long time. Oh, they were there for me when this person did this, when I needed a room to stay, and you're like, okay, I understand that, but this person isn't an actual good friend to you. Like, look at what all of this drama that they're causing you that now I have to kind of coach you through, right? So that's number 3. Their friends are protected. That's their biggest emotional safety. And I've come to the conclusion that it's because we're pack animals, right? So that means that if a woman is going to ride for all the other women in her life, that's because that's their pack, right? If we look at it as far as cultures or ethnicities, right? Every single race or demographic, right? They ride for that. Think of it right now. There's a World Cup going on. Mexicans are going for Mexican, Venezuela is going for Venezuela, right? Those are the packs. And I've come to the realization that women are riding for every other woman. It could be gay, queer, trans, single, in a relationship, whatever the case is, they're gonna ride for them. They're gonna ride for other women, right? So you just need to remember that. Here's the 4th one. This one's gonna sting. But if you're a man, you're actually over the age of 20 or you've experienced this, their thought process is you are easier to replace. Meaning, this friend group that I have, whether it's chaotic, toxic, whatever the case is, they're always going to be there for me, or at least they think so. And therefore, if I have an issue with you in the relationship and I go vent to them, and I tell them I'm thinking about breaking up with you, they're gonna say, yeah, do it. You're gonna come back into the social group. We can go out and do things because we don't like doing things alone, and men do. Now, with this, you're easier to replace because now they can just chalk it up to, we're not compatible. We're not compatible. And then think about it for a second. Any girl you've dated, whether it was through high school, college, 30s, any ages, right? One of the very big key points is you need to come meet my friends and you need to fit into this social group and you need to get their friends' approval for them. And you're just like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm dating you. Why do I need to get the approval of your friends for this? Meaning, if you find me attractive and we're dating and you are feeling my vibe, if your friends disapprove of me, I'm on thin ice. Now, if they love me and you're unsure about me, I'm granted access. So it's just like a 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing, right? And now this is the better way that I can help you guys understand this. Why all of these women are single and they're complaining about all of their friends are amazing. They're amazing to you. They have history with you. Therefore, they're willing to work through whatever issues you guys have as friends. They're not giving the same amount of effort or energy or even compassion to the men that they're dating. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Y'all let me know in the comments, right? They're not giving us the same kind of energy or the same kind of grace when we mess up. If we double book an appointment, or if we pick the wrong restaurant, or if we aren't there for them emotionally in the very moment that they need it, or we say the wrong thing at the wrong time, crack a joke, whatever the case is, they are less forgiving, right? They're basically counting the strikes in their head. This is the pattern that I've noticed over the course of my 36 years on earth, coaching clients. I was a personal trainer for 15 years and I had a lot of female clients, and 99% of their issues were always around their friend group. Everything revolved around their friend group and their family. I'm having a falling out with this person, or this person doesn't like me, they're not talking to me because of this, and I'm gonna give them space, or I'm gonna try to reach out to them. Like, they're willing to do the work when it comes to that. When it comes to a boyfriend or relationship, they look at it as another one is coming, just like the bus. So I think as they get older, they realize, damn, I really bent over backwards for these people. I'm not even friends with them anymore. And then here's the craziest thing. As a man, if you're watching this, you have a friend that you haven't spoken to in 6 months, a year, 2 years. And no matter what, you can call them up and it'll be right back to where you left it, because our friendships are just built differently than theirs. Like, theirs is emotional. Ours is emotional as well, but I think overall we look at what kind of person this is, if they're trustworthy, if they're loyal, if they're going through something, they need space, that's cool too. And then when we kick it with our boys, it's just about kicking it with our boys. Now we can have those deep conversations about where they're at in life and give them advice or whatever, but we all know as men, we have to own our own decisions. Meaning, you can give me advice, but I still have to follow through with my own decision because I'm the one that has to deal with the consequences. Women, I don't think, operate like that. They want to get counsel from their friends, so that way, if things go left, they always have someone to blame. And then that's when you find out, oh, I stopped being her friend. She gave me bad advice. And you're like, are you your own person? Like, do you think of your own thoughts? Like, this is crazy that you're putting so much weight on a stranger's advice that you're not even really friends with, and you're letting this sabotage a relationship. Like, and this is like the tiniest things that you might realize. Like, I saw a post the other day of like, these girls went out for her friend's birthday party, and all of the girls were supposed to wear a certain color, and then one girl decided to wear a different color, and that ended up to a big falling out, and the dinner got canceled because she felt like she was trying to steal her thunder. And it's just like, these are like very immature ways of just like navigating the world. And as a man, you're just like, this doesn't make no sense. Like, me and my friends would never do this. Like, if me and my friends had the same outfit on by coincidence, like, we would still go out and be like, well, may the best man win. Let's see who wore it better. Like, we're just not like that. And these are some of the patterns that I've noticed. And I think it's only going to get worse. It's going to see more videos of women online complaining that men aren't approaching, men aren't dating, and that their friends are just so amazing and immaculate, which that could be true for them. But from the man's perspective, and all the men that I know, very rarely have I ever seen a dude who had a girl who was all in from the jump. Now, I'm not saying that that can't happen. It could happen, but it takes so much time and effort. Basically, you have to prove yourself in order to get that level of access. And even with that, they're still kind of holding back a little bit. And it just doesn't make any sense. You're holding back, but you want me to be all in on you when we've known each other the same amount of time. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know, do y'all agree? Have y'all seen this firsthand in your life? These are just some patterns that I noticed of why we get what's left over, you know? And we're not even talking about body count, but we could get into that. Y'all drop a comment, let me know, did I hit the nail on the head? Let me know what other topic you guys have in your mind, and we'll speak on it. We'll speak on it, and let's open up the floor. Drop a comment. Y'all let me know down below. I'll catch you guys on the next one.